Well, hi and welcome back, and today I've got a video for you. I'm testing two cameras against each other, some two lovely classic cameras, and I've got the Olympus Trip 35, which is on this side, and I've got the AGFA Optima sensor. Now, I was going to do this, wonderful thing where you go into all the details about the different cameras and about what this does and what that does, and there's so many good videos on both of these cameras out there about these cameras. I didn't do that. I actually filmed it, and then things started to go a bit disastrously wrong, which is not unusual for me. So first of all, I went out. They've both got Kentmere 100 film in them, and I went out and took some photographs of them. Same distance, same time, so they should be identical in what they do. And it was just a case of I forgot to go and film the things I was actually thinking. My filming camera was at home, so I didn't actually film what I was photographing. So then it goes from bad to worse, and I get home, I take the films out the back of the cameras, and I don't know which film is in which camera. So it's like, so it was a bit of a nightmare. But what I did was I actually filmed me taking the canisters out, and I could tell by the leader which one's different from which one. So I actually found out by looking back on my own video. It then gets even worse. I then go into the dark room and I go to crack open, because I force open the canisters, crack open the canister, and I'm in the dark room and it goes flying across the dark room, which is actually my washing cupboard, where my washing machine is. And I'm trying to go around on my hands and knees to try and find this film, and I can't find it. So I then put the torch on my phone, knowing that it's going to probably have a light leak, which it did, but not a major one. So I eventually had to switch the light on, and I found it tucked under something. So I switched the light off and then went back and fetched it out and then loaded it up. Fortunately, not all of the shots were fogged, so that was a bonus. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you the two different lots of photographs. I'm not going to tell you which ones are from which. I want people to be more interactive with my videos. I want them to be more like get involved and comment and stuff. I want you to comment below what you think is out of which camera. So you're going to see that there's duplicates of each shot taken at the same time, and then I want you to tell me which one you think it is. It'll be A or B, and I'll call them A or B. I'll put the photographs so you can actually look at them at high resolution over on my Buy Me a Coffee, which is in the description below. So if you go and look at those, you'll be able to see the actual images as they are. And then what I'll do at the start of my next video, which has some other things that I'm working on at the moment, which are quite interesting. On my next video, which I'm probably going to put out Thursday, which I won't tell you about now. I've had something happen which is quite interesting. I will tell you which one was which. Anyway, let's have a look at the photographs. Okay, and welcome back. And just so you know, this background image I've got at the moment, it's actually photoshopped. I mean, this is a photograph I took in Bedford some years ago with a friend, and this is Thamesmead in London, and I just had this idea, and that was something I did. That's a digital photograph. It's not something that's been done on film. Anyway, so we've got both the A and the B folders, and they've got the same photograph set in each, taken on each of the cameras. So we're going to have a look at a few of those and see if you can work out which one was taken with the Olympus and which one was taken with the AGFA. Now, the other thing I forgot to tell you was one of the cameras has got problems with it. It's got some sort of problem in exposure. I don't know what it is. So it was so it's been a real nightmare to do this actual video. But we've got a few photographs I can show you, and then we're going to do a comparison at the end of two of the shots, so you can get a really good look at them. So just zooming in, obviously these are zone focusing cameras, so you're not going to get brilliant sharpness unless you absolutely nail the distance, and also it's got a good nice depth of field on it as well. So I just wanted to show you a few of these, and what's going to happen is the last one is going to be the one that we check against. So you can see that this particular one's got quite a nice exposure. Now, on the screen that I'm recording from, it's actually brighter for me, and it's actually, the contrast is better on the screen that I'm recording with, if that makes any sense. So I just want to go through a few of these. And again, you can see I don't know what caused this, and I'm not going to say, I almost said what the camera was that had this in, but when you zoom in, it's actually it's actually really nice and sharp, this one. Really pleased with this, even though, but it's when you set it to infinite distance, you get that type of thing. You're going to get it at its sharpest because it's infinite distance. You know, it can't go any further, it can't come back any further, so you're always going to get that. But the end shot I'm going to show you wasn't. It was taken about a meter away. And these are the rowers, and the number's quite legible. Now remember, this is Kentmere 100, so it's not the best of films, and I didn't want to put an expensive film in to do this test. Not only that, it's because of the last video I did, I had some Kentmere left over, so I wanted to do that, so that's why I'm using the Kentmere. Okay, let's have a look at the last few. Just a brick wall with some scrapings on. Again, that's not quite nailed with the focus. I mean, I think if I got it right, if I'd have got the right distance away, that would have been really sharp. And another one by the river. And I took, this is someone doing kayaking or canoeing in the river, and obviously it's probably running about a 30th of a second, and you can see, but it's actually a really nice effect, to be honest with you. I actually really like that. Okay, and there's one on the other camera as well. And the church is just opposite where I live, and this is a pay and display machine for your cars on one of the main roads. Again, the exposure's quite off, and you can't even see the numbers or the letters on the keypad. And this is the one I want to do the comparison on with at the end. And you can zoom in on this and look how sharp that is. That is just incredible. I'm just so pleased with this shot. And so that's going to be the comparison one when I bring it up in the comparison software. So let's have a quick look at the folder B, and we'll skip through those a bit faster because obviously you've seen these already on the other camera, but that's the one we're going to do the comparison on. So this is camera B, and yeah, it's quite sharp. Let's go through them again. So they're the comparison is pretty similar between the two. And again, the rowers, they are actually sat there, so that's why they're not like in different places. They literally are just sat in the same place for a few minutes. And again, this one isn't as sharp as the other one, and I think the minimum focal distance for them is slightly different on each of the cameras, and I didn't move. Okay, and another one of the people by the river. Now, as I say, all of these will be on my Buy Me a Coffee page. You actually go through them all, and I'll put them up as A and B on there as well, so you can have a good look at them. And that's open to everyone. It's not going to be just to people who've bought me a coffee. It's going to be for everyone. And this one with the canoeist is slightly different, but it was probably the fact that he wasn't in the midst of doing like a maneuver, as it were, in this one. That's probably why this one's like it is, but I do love that other one. Again, the church, and the payment machine for the cars, and here's the other one, and this is slightly softer than the other camera. So I don't think I really need to do I need to do a comparison between the two of them? I'll do that quickly, and then you can make up your mind. Okay, so here are the two comparison images. Obviously they were taken slightly different places, very much minimal difference between the two of them. Obviously this one's got the black line down it, and that was caused by a fault on this particular camera. So I'm just going to literally zoom in and have a closer look at both of these two, so you can actually see them. We're not looking at grain because they're going to be the same. We're looking at sharpness really and contrast. So let's get that zoomed in a bit so you can actually have a look. Let's bring it. It always jumps. This zoom always jumps. So there we go. So you can actually now have a closer look at the two. Now A is on the left hand side and B is on the right hand side. So it'll give you some idea of which one you think is best. Now to me, A looks sharper than B, and the contrast to me, general across the board, looks better on A than it does on B. Anyway, so what will happen is in my next video, at the start of it, I'll tell you which one was A and which one was B. But don't forget to go over to the Buy Me a Coffee, where you can see all of these images together, and you can get a better view on them there than you can on a YouTube video. All right, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.